Hello everyone. Today I have a 2010 Chevy Malibu over here, and what's happening with this vehicle is it has startup problems. So um, it would start for a good week, and then after a week you go to start it, and suddenly it won't be able to start. So today I have driven this in, so it is starting. But what I have done recently is I've changed the ignition switch on this, and that hasn't solved the problem. So what I'm going to do today is also change the ignition coil as well. So anytime you have that problem, I would recommend changing both. For me, I thought it was just the ignition only, so that's why I changed the ignition switch, but hopefully we're going to do the ignition coil and see if that's going to solve the problem. So stay tuned, and we will start with changing this cylinder right here. What you want to do first is disconnect the battery cable from the car. So for the Chevy Malibu here, the 2010, the battery is actually located under this box over here. So all you have to do is just hold this button here, pull it right open, pull it out, and then what we're going to do is remove this cable over here. So I believe that is 10 or 11 millimeters. Yeah, that's a 10 millimeters there. So let's loosen it a little bit, and then it'll just pop right off. You just want to set that to the side over here. Okay, now we're ready to begin. Okay, I went and bought the part from Chevy over here, and you can find that at the dealership, and this is the part number. So that's the part you'll need to for the cylinder. And the content of this include this guy here, which is basically the cover, same as that guy here. I don't think I'll be needing that, but I will change it anyway since I have a new one. And then we have inside this, that is our actual cylinder. So that's our ignition cylinder. That's how it looks. And then also we have these little pins here. So you probably have 5 of these packets in this. So that's what the pins look like. So the other guys that go inside here, and I'll be showing you how to install those. Actually, not in here. Sorry, that's this part over here. So these pins are in here. I'll be showing you how to install those in a minute here. I'm going to start off by removing this black cover over here. It's pretty simple to remove this guy here. All you need is like a screwdriver, and then you just plug it into here, and then just slowly just push it out from each side, and there it goes. Boom, it popped out. And that's the actual cylinder inside here. So we're going to be going inside to get that out. For the next part, what we'll have to do is remove this cover over here, which is right here, and then we also have to remove this cover because there are some screws over here that are attached to this cover. So we'll have to remove this guy in order to get to those screws. And over here, in order to remove that one, we'll need to remove these screws over here. So that guy right there is 7 millimeter. So these guys are all 7 millimeters. So we'll have to remove those. And then once we get inside, then we'll do the rest. So there it is, guys. So that's the part that we're moving. Just remember there are some clips on it, so you have to pull it out a little bit. But other than that, it went pretty smooth. There's one at the back over there as well. So You just give it a little push after you remove those 2 screws, and the rest should be easy. Well, the cover at the back here, it's just basically attached with those clips, so we'll just have to just pull on it a little bit and then it'll pop it right out. There we go. Do that. There we go. So here are all the clips on this cover here. And so if you're having a hard time getting it off, these are the areas, well, you need to put some force on. So it's this guy here and that guy over there at the end. Okay guys, so now I'm under the steering column here, so that's the steering right there. If you look under the steering column here where your key goes in, so just follow your key, so in my case the key's right here, so if you follow the key back to here, you'll see that that's where the cylinder goes into. And if you look at this pin over here, that's the pin that you'll need to press in. So what you're going to do first is turn the key over to the on position. So you just turn the key, so that's what I did. And then what you want to do is, once you have that on this position, you want to press that in and pull the ignition out. So the reason we turn it onto the start position, because it loosens this up. If you don't have it on the start position, the car thinks that someone is trying to steal the car, so it won't loosen this pin. So you just got to make sure that the key is turned. Okay, I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I gave it a little push and came to the other side now just to show you how it looks when it comes out. So it's all loose now. All I have to do is just pull it off, and there it is. Okay, so guys, I changed the pins on this ignition cylinder here, and I removed this one here. So basically what you want to do is, in the kit you'll find these pins over here. So what you'll have to do is just match them up with a number here. So if it's number 1 here and it's number 2, so at number 1 hole over here, if we have pin 1, then you just have to find 1. So all these pins are actually labeled, as you can see here. I'm just try and see if I can get them. Yeah, so if you can see at the top over there, each pin has a number on it. So at the top of each pin you will have like 4, 1, 3, 2, and then you just match it with basically each number hole here. So if it's number 1 and we have pin 4, then you just basically grab pin 4 from these guys here and then just insert it into there, and making sure that the spring is inserted as well. So you just have to insert that spring along with each pin that you insert, but take this one out slowly. So when you're opening this guy here, which is your old ignition switch cylinder, sorry, when you're opening this, just open it slowly so all these pins don't drop, and you just match them with the other cylinder here. Okay, and we're ready to plug that back in. Okay, so now we're just gonna insert it back into the ignition here, and we'll do that is the same way we took it out. So we want to make sure that we have the key on the on position, so that's the first. So turn it all the way around, and then we need this pin facing down. So basically that pin has to be facing this way here. So that's the way it's facing, and we'll just plug it right back in. And there we go. I just heard a little click, and once you hear that click, you're good to go. Now that we have our ignition cylinder in, we are ready to program the key. Now as you can see, I've turned it to the on position, and we have a security light that's blinking right now. So we're going to give it 10 minutes till that security light goes off, and once that goes off, we will do the same thing over again for another 10 minutes, and then for another 10 minutes. For a total of 30 minutes we have to repeat this cycle, and once that's over, then that key will be programmed to the vehicle.